One viewer? That can't be right. I mean, there's not lots to play. I can play, I guess. Alright, I'll just play some tune then. Whatever. Nobody wants to play today. Zoom lineup doesn't look too good at 2-5. When there's under 100 players, it's not always worth playing because it means it's mostly regulars, but when it's like 150 to 200, it's always good value. But 1-2 is always good, 51 is always good, 25-50 is always good. What do you guys want to see? You want to play some horse? I mean, we could try. We could play some horse together. I'm not. Where is the horse? They have horse on stars. Other? No, 2-5. Triple star. Mixed games. Okay. Wait list. I do like triple stud. All right. Let's see if there's any no players. All right, we'll play one table of Razz, one table of stud, and one table of HiLo, and see how confused I get. 1, 2. 2, 4. 1, 2. Okay, so I just got to organize these tables and make sure I know which one's which. Okay. No! Alright, gotta turn that off. Just a second, guys. Table options. Hotkey. Okay. Just going to sit on the same seat on every table, so I know where to look for my cards and stuff. Whoa. Alright, these two pairs might be no good. Okay, so the top left game is 7-card stud high, where the hand rankings are the same as they are at Hold'em. You're trying to make a 5-card hand. Oh, that guy has a better hand than me. You're trying to make a 5-card hand. Like flushes are good, straights are good, pairs or whatever. The bottom left game is Razz, where it's the opposite of stud high. You're trying to make a 7-card low hand, where the lowest hand wins. Straights and flushes don't count though, so I'm pretty sure if you if you get like ace through 5, that's a good hand. And the table on the top right is stud HiLo, where you're trying to make a hand both ways, where half of the pot goes to the high hand and half goes to the low hand. So I'm hoping that this guy is trying to make a good hand on the Razz table. I'm hoping the guy is trying to make a low hand, and if he doesn't make a low, then I can blow that. So I have a 7 low, and the best he can have is an 8 low. So I'm going to raise and then bet the river. Now I have the nut low, ace 2, 3, 4, 5, and I also have the straight, so I can win the high and the low, and what we call scoop the pot. Nice. Okay, on the Razz table, I'm going to keep betting. We're trying to make low hands, and he just showed a pair of kings, which is definitely not good for making a low hand. So, okay, for the guys who are like confused, just on the top, on table 1, we're trying to make a high hand. On table 3, we're trying to make a low hand. And on table 2, we're trying to make both. So we're going to play extra tight on table 2 because we need a hand that works both ways. And since these games are like fixed limit games, the most important thing really is your pre-flop hand selection, or not pre-flop, but third street, your hand selection. Knowing which hands to continue with on third street. There isn't that much betting that goes in on the later streets, given that it's fixed limit, like you can't put in a pot size bet or an all-in bet. So you just want to start with good hands and then only continue when your hands are doing really well. So I paired up on the Razz tape. I'm not going to play. I'm going to try to turn off that highlighting too. Can't make it go away, whatever. So 3 low cards on the Razz table. On the raise, I don't know. These aren't my strongest games, but I'll try my best. Hands coming together okay on the Razz game. I'll call and hope he catches bad. He didn't. You guys think, should I call again with this 8-6-5-4? This board's looking pretty good. Alright, whatever, I'm folding. And in these games, you can peel somewhat light on 3rd Street and 4th Street because the bets are for like a single unit, same as they are in fixed limit hold'em. But once you get to 5th, 6th, and 7th streets, the bets double. So you only really want to start calling on those streets if you have a hand that you think can be the best by the end. And you also have to respect your opponent's up cards, since that's the only information you get about their hand, and you don't really want to try to draw out against strong up cards. Likewise, if you have good up cards showing, like if you have an ace and no one behind you has anything in stud high, like the best other card's a jack or a 10, then even if you have rags in the hole, you can raise and try to represent that you have a strong holding, because they have to respect what you have. Man, this game's getting so short-handed. We need to find a new stud game. I'm on the wait list for another game. Phones. Razz, we have a pair, so phones. Wish I could have got some more notice before this stream, so I could have read up. I have a few books on these games, but I'm coming in pretty rusty. 4, 5, 6 seems decent for Razz, as long as we don't get raised. The one thing that sucks is that 2 aces and a deuce are dead, and we need to hit those cards to make our hand. But okay, still drawing, so we'll see fifth or whatever. Okay, so right now it is actually impossible for him to have us beat. So we're gonna bet, and he's raising. Well, right now we haven't beat, but I think it's pretty easy to get outdrawn with so many cards to come. So I'm just gonna call and hope he catches bad. He paired, so that's good for us. And I'll just check call the river. Where are we here? Okay. So he rivered us. I hope he had diamonds and not a pair in the hole, because otherwise it's got 10s and something. Nice, queens are good. Okay, so we're going to leave this table 4, because there's no way I'm 4-tabling 3 different stud games at the same time. That's like impossible. Okay, which is stud high? Whatever. He's showing a deuce. I'm showing a 3. I got 3 suited cards going for a flush. So I'm just going to play this shit hard. Fucker. So I'm just calling down. I'm getting 4 to 1 now. Then on the next street I'm going to be getting 6 to 1. And then on the river I'm going to be getting infinite to 1. So hopefully I can just spade up. Getting good pot odds. Man, what the fuck? How are they gonna just give me 4 spades and suck me in like that and then leave me with fucking nothing? Bullshit. Alright. Whatever. Smiggins is asking if I've read Poker Tracker 2. Wow. Really a little rusty today. Super System 2. I think that book is fantastic for all disciplines. We got the ace and stud. We're going to raise and represent. And then Razz with a pair with a fold. Keep betting. He's probably just got a pair of jacks and he's not going to fold. So this is probably a bad bluff. Yeah. I can't wait to do like another video of these games in like 6 months from now when I actually know what I'm doing. And you guys are like, damn, you got pretty good. But yeah, so today we're just going to have a bunch of button clicking going on. Like I could be going for a while. I don't know. 3 queens. It's a really good hand. 2, 3, 4 and Razz. I think that's really good. Man, Queen 3-5, terrible. One thing that I find kind of annoying about these games is that you just pre-flop at like a full table, just all you can do is play super tight, and then hope that you don't get sucked out on. I mean, I guess that's common in all limit games. Alright, so I have the best low possible at this point on the Razz table. Hope that's Razz. See, Incubator at best can have a 9 low if you use all 5 cards, because it's got a 9 showing. Whereas I have a 7 low. So right now I know I have the best hand. And I think in this game, I don't know what this guy's doing calling with the king. Maybe he thinks we're playing a different game. But even now, his best hand is an 8 low, and I still have a 7 low. So I'm just going to keep betting. And hopefully he didn't suck out. No, I have a 6 low. There's no fucking way he's got his beat. No fucking way. Call. Mark. Limit stud? Nah. Nice, we want a pot. He had an 8 low on 6th, and on 7th he still had an 8 low, so there, just had crashed. I think this game's about like never slow playing. Also like not really folding much, making lots of hero calls because you're always getting such good odds. Okay, here with the 5s, there's only a 10 behind me, which isn't that strong. Showed me. And then the guy who brought it in with the 6, I mean, he can have anything. He's just forced to put in the first bet because he's got the lowest hand, or the lowest card out there, so my 5s could be ahead of him. I'm just trying to isolate / pick up that money. And I'm just betting because I think 2 pairs might be good, and he can call me down with like a 10 or a queen or a king, which is what he probably had to cold call pre-flop. Fucking river me? Fucker. Call down all the way, pair of queens. So we did a good job value bet, and we got fucked him on 7th. But at the same time, like, okay, queen raised, I'm going to fold. I think I need 3 suited cards or 3 connected cards, or like 2 overcards that can make pairs. Like if I have like ace, king, jack, maybe I'll call there. But with the king being the only card I could get to make an overpair, the pair that he's repping, I don't really want to try to chase him down. 3 connected cards here, and if I can fold the king out, then I also have a good chance of making this hand with top pair. So I'm going to raise on table 1 to try to isolate the dead money. Nice, still 1. But yeah, we see here, even though he's calling me down with queens, there's 3 10s he can hit to improve, 3 kings he can hit, 2 queens. There's one 9 he can hit to improve, and a jack. So whatever that is, he has a lot of outs. And when I bet on 6th, I'm betting 2 and a 15. So he's getting like 7.5 to 1. So it's fine for him to like call down and try to suck out. And that's why he just like never fold this game. He always gets such good odds. Aw, man, this guy's probably fucking trapping me. Why can't we be playing Razz right now? I'd be crushed. Ooh, pair aces. What you got? Grips. All right, 3 low cards in Razz. I think that's good enough to play. Wow. 4 low cards. Pretty good. I'm just going to bet. And I'm going to try to take the dead money on table 1 and just like keep hammering away. Okay, he's got a king. So even though we paired 6s, we're just going to rep that we have better than like paired 6s. Our board looks better than his, so we're just going to blast away and hope that he doesn't catch a good card on the river. Because he can't call us with king high. So unless, like, he probably had 2 good cards in the hole and was drawing to a good low, but unless he catches his card on the river, he's going to fold. So we got lucky there in that we didn't get unlucky. Down on table 3, just going to, we have a better low hand, and this is the low game. Let's go for that. Well, he doesn't know that we have an ace in the hole. You know that he's got a queen on his board, so we're just going to smash away and hope that he realizes we're playing Razz and not some other variation of stuff. And you know what, guys? Just since you guys in the chat there said that if you have a bracelet in mixed games, you're a boss, I'm going to win a bracelet in one of the mixed games in the next 2 years. Just for you guys, just so that you guys can call me a real boss. I think I got a long way to go. I'm sure anyone who knows anything about studies watching this, like, man, this guy has no fucking shot. But I'll put in that work. Same way you guys are putting in work in your no limit hold'em game, I'm going to be doing the same in my mixed game grind. Yeah, we got the ace and the HiLo. Let's wrap. See what happens. Something to note for people who aren't familiar with these games. In Razz, the lowest hand wins no matter what it is. So, like, you don't have to qualify. Even if one guy's got, like, a pair of aces and the other guy has 2 pair, and the guy with aces wins. Whereas in stud HiLo, for the low to play, someone has to have 5 cards 8 or lower. If no one has an 8 low or better, then the entire pot is awarded to the high hand. Table 1, if I had the 8 of clubs, probably raise. Although, a lot of clubs out of play. Oh, nice. That ace we're repping in the HiLo is probably going to get through. Let's see how this guy could call with a 10. Nice. Got it through. Ace is the fucking nuts in this game. Works both ways for the high and the low hand, and it just looks super strong. All right, we'll make a semi-light peel here on table 1. The guy who called with the jack most likely only has a pair of jacks, so our queen or ace are good. There's some other draws too. And paired in Razz, folded. Probably going to get re-raised by the king here on table 2, but whatever. Take a shot. So we're going to pretend like we didn't hit anything. Nice, stealing the blinds in HiLo. And I feel like for tournaments, these stud games shouldn't be too tough to play because it's a lot about just like stealing the blinds and like trying to cooler people. You don't need to do anything too fancy. Huh. Wonder what me radi is. Ooh. 3 queens. I can beat kings up. I can beat 3 sevens. I'm just gonna bet. I don't know. I feel like I'm not supposed to slow play. Even though my hand looks pretty fucking good. I wonder if he's got a boat. I guess I'll just call and then just like Check call river. Hope he has trips. Quads. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good hand. Yeah, he got dealt rolled up sevens and then just sucked. Oh, he just called. Just called. Didn't even bet on fourth. Sucked us in. Son of a bitch. And I called with just queens like an idiot and thought I got lucky. Instead I got scammed. Someone please tell me if I'm supposed to fold on sixth when I get raised and I only have queens. I mean, I'm getting, what, 8.5 to 1. I have boat outs of quad outs. Looking pretty good for the high hand here on table 2. If these guys are going low, that's cool. They're playing for half the pot that they're going to fight between the 4 of them. So I'm going to get half of 4 players' money unless they make flushes. And they're going to fight over the other half. So this is good. God, no. No, Germany. Fuck. Oh, man. I hope he just has the low, but I really doubt it. I mean, for him to call third and fourth, it's a good chance he has diamonds. Maybe I can get to a queen. Check, call, lose. Straight. This other guy called with aces and a shitty low draw and then made 2 pair. These games are hard. I think if I'm really on my game, I'm supposed to fold 6 to the raise and save 2 bets. Because in this game, in these games, it's all about saving every single bet that you can. Same way in like my last video on Hold'em, I was talking about the importance of being able to make big folds on rivers because those are such big bets relative to the other bets that you face on like earlier streets. So in these games, you just have to save every single bet that you can because it's hard to make them back. Other people aren't just giving them away. What are we doing here? I have flush draw and 2 overcards. You're missing your flush draw if you have it, if you have jacks. Oh, that, I hope you had diamonds. Don't have jacks. Damn, you caught him with 4s. I guess he was getting good pot odds. Nice, we made it. We made fucking low. Yes. 100%. The guy's drawing dead. So, I'm just going to bet for value. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. Maybe one of those guys who doesn't know. They both have the queen showing and I have the king. Meh. Well, he had a flush. Wrong game, buddy. Stealing the blinds. Nice. I'm going to fold on table 2 because there's the ace behind. Got to respect it. I only have a one-way hand with the 7-5-4. I'm playing for the low, which is only half the pot. And in these games, you got to be playing for two-way hands. So the best skills for a good 7-stud player. Pre-flop hand selection discipline is definitely very high up there. Understanding, well, when to bet, when not to bet, obviously. That's a stupid one. Having a good memory for the cards that are out is very helpful, because this game is, since it's a fixed limit game, it's just so much about direct odds and knowing whether you're getting your direct odds or your implied odds on the hand. And, you know, if you have a flush draw but 3 of your suit have been folded, that's going to drastically affect the odds of you making your hand and whether or not you're making profitable or unprofitable calls. So being able to remember which cards have been folded, which cards were, you know, out there, it's very beneficial. Then being good with math, quick with your odds on the spot, since that's really what this game comes down to. Knowing your pot odds, knowing your implied odds, and then knowing the math of whether or not you're getting the right price to make a HiLo call on the river. Because in this game, like, you saw that guy call me down with a pair of 4s, and honestly, that's not that bad if I could just be like bluffing miss flush draw or whatever. So Bo's gonna rat big Gaffa. Hope you catch big. My board looks so much better than yours. Yeah, figuring out the odds that your opponent is bluffing relative to the pot odds you get in to decide whether or not to make a HiLo call. So is it possible for this guy to be beat? He can have, if he has 3 good cards in the hole, he can have a good low, and we have a 10 low. Yeah. It looks like we could have a better hand than we do. So maybe we could like bluff him off a 9 because we can rep an 8. I don't think checking to induce is the right play. I don't know if people, I don't think people really fall for that kind of play in these limit games. Pretty good hand. And yeah, that's, I mean, I think that's really what comes down to instead is having those skills. And then there are a couple of like fancy plays you can use on later streets, like understanding when to use a double bet to knock opponents out, or when to slow play pre-flop to encourage multi-way action. Those are the more advanced things. But I think even with just good hand reading and a super strong memory and a good understanding of odds, you should be able to compete in these games no problem. It's only at the highest levels that you really need to know all those like fancy tricks for later street play. Clearly, I don't know any of them. But there is actually some memory training techniques that are out there. Recently read a book called Moonwalking with Einstein that talks about the World Memory Games and the North American Memory World Championship. And shit's real. There are actually like some cool techniques you can use to memorize like the order of a deck of playing cards, or the order of like 4 decks of playing cards, card for card, suit for suit, rank for rank. Or there are these people who can memorize like lists of like 1,000 random words. Shit is crazy. So maybe I can apply those techniques to stud and get decent. Didn't isolate with the ace on table 1 because I think the guy who's calling with an 8 probably has some sort of pair with it. So I have 1 overcard. What's the point? Again, one-way hand on table 2, not worth playing, especially from early position. I think in a steal position, it's okay to just get aggressive with a one-way hand since you're unlikely to be up against anything strong. But in that spot, with so many people to go through, it isn't really worth it. So let's see if it forks with this A6. I have to go first because I have the high hand shine. It's all bad. This guy's so got some bullshit pair that he's not folding. What's your picture? Poker, Dick Slagcat. Anyone? Anyone know what that is? Yeah, pair of threes. He's probably not folding it. One bet? Nah. Can't get sucked in this game. Because then you just end up calling and calling and calling. And if you're way behind, it's too hard to catch up. Well, we have pretty good hands on the HiLo. So we'll just isolate this guy and just keep firing. Looks like for him to be raising here, he's probably going high. So we're playing for half the pot. Brutal. Well, hopefully we can catch something to qualify. Shit's getting expensive. 5. It's bad. It's bad. 4, 5, 6, 10. God. Did I fucking miss everything? We got 9 to 1. There's no winner. This guy raised with a 6 and then hammered it again on the turns. He's probably got a big pair. Side folds. Man. That shit's tough. I think it's good for you guys to see this though, because you can see how much more exciting No Limit Hold'em and Pot Limit Omaha are compared to the fixed limit stud games. So you got a taste of what these games are like without having to actually play them. You can see they're pretty slow, pretty dry, bland, uneventful. Not really all that worth checking out for the most part. Wow. They must know I have a good hand on table 2 because my board is shit and I'm just blasting away. Alright. I got a pair. Here. Isolate the bring-in with a bunch of overcards. You gotta put pressure on the bring-in if there's only like 1 or 2 players to get through and you have like a decent board you can rep with. Especially like if you find yourself playing like a horse tournament or a stud tournament, it's really important to be going after the bring-in because they often have absolutely nothing. And you're getting really good pot odds on a steal with all the antes that are out there. And as the blinds get big, if you can be picking up those pots, you can really stay ahead of the game. and not have to get all in, which I think is what stud tournaments are all about. It's just about being able to like steal, 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 and chip up slowly so that when you do have a hand that you can't fold, even if it's like whatever, like a big pair, you make two pair and you just have to call down, that you're more able to withstand that blow and not necessarily get busted. Because there's so much luck as to whether or not your hand's still going to be good by 7th Street. But mathematically, you have to call down with some pretty marginal stuff. So it's important to have those chips behind so you don't get knocked out of the tournament in a worst case scenario. Gonna see another one with my pair of fours, because if I hit a third 4, it's going to be very disguised, and it's going to be pretty much a lock on the hand. I can play it real hard. 6 won't be as good, but damn, both my 4s just got caught. What a joke. Queen, queen, and Omaha high. I mean, stud 8 or better. You know what? I'm not trying to draw against an ace in this game. Even like kings, like just the ace is so powerful in this game. I'm not trying to draw against it. But I'm going to play a few more hands. Call it a session. I think I'm down like $30 or something. At least you guys got a taste of the stud games that are offered on Stars, but I would really advise just sticking with no limit, hold 'em, possibly pot limit Omaha if that's your game. Sticking with the big bet games, because these fixed limit games, they're a lot more mathematical based, and there's less like freedom for different styles to be profitable. There's just kind of like one strict way that you have to adhere to play. So given that they take away your creativity and your flexibility, I mean, like that's a lot of fun of the game taken away. And if the game's not fun, then it's probably not worth playing. Even if unless it's like extremely profitable, then you can sacrifice the fun factor. But I'd imagine, at least in the higher games, that people who are playing these fixed limit stud games know what they're doing. So if you want to be competitive, you'd have to put in some time to study. Everyone has a king here on table 2, so I'm just going to blow them all out of the pot. Because if 3 kings are out there, what are the odds that someone actually has a pair of kings? Or a king in the hole to go with it to make a pair. Should be able to get this steal through. Nice. So yeah, no limit's better. I think these games in tournament format are fine, because in those events you're going to find a lot more recreational and casual players who don't really know what they're doing, and just by reading a couple articles or reading a book, you can have a leg up on the competition. But to play the ring games of these, unless like you're really into stud or Razz or whatever, like unless you're really passionate about these games, I wouldn't really advise you to waste your time, because you're just going to get frustrated. There's a lot of sucky hands. You just got to be cool with it. What are we playing? Stud 8? I don't know. I surrender. Dude, I surrender. Just take the pot. Yeah. Job. I don't know. This guy might have a pair of jacks. Did 1. I got 2 overcards. This is probably a bad 3 bet. I should probably just fold. But we're coming up on the end, so just going to go for it. Take 1 shot. Damn. I'm not improving. I don't think he's folding. This is the guy that called us down with a pair of 4s before, so if he has like a pair of jacks, there's no way he's throwing that shit away. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up for my play. But if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat and I'll answer them before we shut it down for the day. Damn. You got rocked at stud high. How is it even possible to lose that much? Should see if there are any good stud resources out there for you guys. Alright, well, I found you guys a website. They say that they are the best call for 7 stud poker players. Whether that's true, I don't know. But, www.studstrategy.com/7card-stud-strategy. Hi. I got some stuff for stud HiLo, key points. I mean, as you guys can see from looking at this, it's a lot of shit. It's really dry. It's really mathy. All of this can be found in David Sklansky and Mason Malmus have written some really good books on 7-card stud. And I think Razz also has written some good stuff on 7-card stud. But if you just want a quick reference thing, this website covers a lot of different streets and situations you can get into. And that's going to conclude today's broadcast. So tomorrow we will be playing on America's Card Room, playing some cash games again, giving you guys what you're looking for, that no-limit hold'em fix. Thanks to everyone tuned in today. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed watching me lose some money at games that I don't really understand that well. But yeah, I'm going to become a master of those games, and I'm going to win a fucking bracelet in the next game so y'all can call me a boss. That's it. I'm committing to it. I'm going to get the job done. This has been Evan for Grips.com. Go out there and get stacked.